Today's podcast is brought to you by Quantrix Modeler Introductory Training, teaching the fundamental foundation that you need to become a Quantrix master. Go to quantrixauthority.com to learn more. Hey, welcome back to another netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Sincerely appreciate you joining me today for episode number 186, Create a Hierarchy to Calculate Aggregates. This is in response to a question asked to me by Adam at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. I sincerely appreciate Adam asking me this question. And I've kind of simplified his question, I think. He sent me kind of a really cool, awesome looking Quantrix picture, and he said that the Quantrix model was working very beautifully for him, except for he wanted to know how he could do what I'm about to explain. So let's say you have a bunch of units here of by country. But what we want to do is we want to aggregate some of these. So say we want to aggregate Ukraine and Moldova as Eastern Europe, and Belgium, Netherlands, France, Germany, and Spain as West Europe. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, first thing I would do is I would create kind of a country dimension table where I would list all of my countries and then I would assign them an area. Okay, and then what I would do is I'd go ahead and I'd create another matrix that I would call the area summary matrix. Okay, I'm just going to add it here, area summary. And then what I would do with that is I'd drag it down here to the bottom, maybe make it just a little bit taller. I'd drag metrics down to that, and because in theory in a more complex model I would have more metrics than just one, and therefore I'd want to have them linked so I wouldn't have to duplicate them. And then what I would do is I'd call this category area, and I would call this West Europe. And I need to make sure my spelling and capitalization, etc., is exactly the same as I have here in area in my kind of this country dimension table. And then what I would simply do is I would say equals the sum of units up here in units, okay? Using, and this is what is awesome, I'm going to be able to link these three matrices together, even though this guy doesn't really tie to this guy in any way other than by linking it here with a using as. It's awesome what is going to happen here. So I'm going to say using country here as the country here, and then I'm going to hit comma, and then the area as the area here. And when I do that, I see that I get 40 for Eastern Europe and 140 for the others. So I can see down here that I get 40. When I highlight everybody, I'm going to get 140, but I'm going to subtract 40, which is my Eastern Europe. Therefore, I get 100 units. So that's how I would create an area summary or an aggregate. I would first create this kind of country dim, and then I would go ahead and create just another matrix that has kind of this area summary, if you will, that has kind of an upper layer of the hierarchy. The other question that Adam had was, well, how can I go ahead then and say, let's say I just wanted to look at France and Spain and I wanted to get their numbers, aggregated. How could I do that? Well, I suppose there's multiple ways that you could do this, so let me just show you a really quick one that I would do is maybe I'd add another column here and I would say consider, okay? And then I'm going to add another matrix here, and I'm going to call this, again, I'm going to drag metrics over and have it be linked. And then I'm going to call this, I don't know, consider maybe group 1, we'll call it, okay? And I'll call this groups. And let's say that Germany and France, not Germany and France, but let's say Germany and, let's say Germany and the Netherlands are the ones that I want to consider. So then what I would do is I would simply go out here and I would say group 1 units equals select. What do I want to select? I want to select these guys as units. What's my key list? It's here. What is my lookup value? It's anything with a 1. And then what I want it to do is I want to take and I want to have a sum on this, sum select, okay? And then what I would then also want to do is simply copy this using as that I have going on here with country, and country. And as I do that, again, I would see if Germany is what I want in the Netherlands. So Netherlands is 20, Germany is 10, so that would give me 30. That should work. Say I wanted to then add Belgium, which would be another 10, I should get 40. And so I can kind of toggle on and toggle off through here what I want to see in my group. So again, if I were to delete all of these and I just wanted to see Moldova in, say, this group 1, then lo and behold, I see just 10 units coming in here. So Adam, I hope that's helpful to you. It's really basic. It's really straightforward. It certainly is scalable within Quantrix to kind of create this hierarchy and then perform these groupings or these aggregations along that hierarchy. So I absolutely love Quantrix. Makes my day to use Quantrix. I hope it makes your day to use Quantrix. If it's not making your day to use Quantrix, I do hope that you'll reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com and learn more and ask me a question about Quantrix. I also hope that you'll visit my new website at quantrixauthority.com and check that out. Anyway, please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.